Hey there. Welcome to another episode of Reflections on Reality, and I'm your host, The Reflector. Once again, the subject matter is does the Bible give evidence of alien life? That is, alien life outside of this world we currently live in. Alien life beyond Earth life. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a snippet from the Bible's book of Exodus, chapter 24, and I'm going to start with verse 9. You be the judge of what you're about to hear, but to this day, I haven't figured this one out. I consider myself a Bible expert, and I think to myself, every time I read the Bible, I try to decipher a metaphorical or spiritual meaning to whatever I read that seems unexplainable. So far, I've been successful, but as you already know, if you've seen prior videos, that there are some things that just come across as hard to explain. So, you be the judge. And again, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 24, and I'm going to start with verse 9. It says, Then Moses, Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, and 70 of the leaders of Israel went up to the mountain. And this is Mount Sinai. They're camped out at the base of Mount Sinai. So 4 elders and 70 others. So 74 people went up the mountain. There they saw God. They saw the God of Israel. Under his feet there seemed to be a pavement of brilliant sapphire, as clear as the blue heavens. A pavement of sapphire under his feet. Sapphire is one of the more brilliant colors of blue. It's a pretty distinguishing color, and it's a pretty enticing color, sapphire. Supposedly Moses' staff was transformed into a sapphire staff, and that's why it had magical powers. It was kind of like a magic wand, so to speak, made of sapphire. But let's not digress. So they went up the mountain and they saw the God of Israel. And there under his feet seemed to be a pavement of brilliant sapphire as clear as the heavens. And though Israel's leaders saw God, he did not destroy him. And he did not destroy them. In fact, they shared a meal together in God's presence. How about that? So, 74 people saw God. And then the Bible goes on to say, but he did not destroy them because technically, God told Moses at a prior time that Moses was not allowed to see his face because no man could see his face and live. But this makes it sound like that they saw his face. And he was standing on a blue platform, so to speak, made of sapphire. Sapphire, I believe, is I believe there's a gem called Sapphire. So was he on the platform of some sort of spaceship, or I mean, what do you make of that? What do you think that means? And he did not destroy them. In this day and age, when you hear about aliens abducting humans and probing and doing experiments or whatever they do, you also hear about memory erasures. They erase the memory, and then you also hear about some of these people that go to hypnotists, and under hypnosis, they remember what happened to them. But perhaps back in Moses' day, if you were to see one of these beings, they would just straight up annihilate you. Who knows? But just some food for thought. Check it out. If you own a Bible, go to the book of Exodus and read that particular segment, that little snippet. Read it. Chapter 24, verse 9. And see if you could make it out. Because personally, it reads as if there's a being from out of this world that's checking out human life, amongst other things. Anyway, thank you for listening. This has been another snippet of Reflections on Reality. I'm your host. I am the Reflector. Subscribe. If you know anybody that would like to hear any Reflections on Reality, we discuss a pretty wide range of topics, mostly metaphysical, but encourage them to join, subscribe. I'm trying to build a following. And again, thank you and God bless.